major mistakes that I come across, and the ones that I'm coming up with are all recent ones, recent errors that I see. Hello, Mohammed Umar. Please welcome to our sessions. I hope you are all doing good and fantastic. So how was your day? So we are live over here. Harsh is saying that this was a much needed session. Thank you, Harsh. I hope you all learn a lot from today's session. Arshil, I am not confident in my writing, though I am trying hard. Anuja, it's not about trying hard. It is about trying the correct manner. So are you preparing in the correct manner? Are you planning in the correct manner? Are you preparing in the correct manner? That's what is going to make a difference, right? So yes, guys out there on YouTube, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel if you want to chat with us. And of course, do not forget to click on the like button. If absolutely needed, I have my test tomorrow. Oh, Shruti, oh, I hope you are able to take home a lot of things today. I'm good, but they are unfair. Who is unfair? I am a new member attending. Okay, Nilesh, welcome to the session. I can frame ideas on topic, but I have problem with presentation. Srinivas, I know it is one of the biggest hurdle in preparation. Anuja, okay. So Anuja, what did we do in the classes then? I would like to know. Good evening, Shrishti. Monica, tomorrow is your exam. Oh, too soon. I have in some silly mistake in sentences. Topic is hard. Sometime topic is hard. Okay, sometime topic is hard. You know, when do you feel that the topic is hard? When do you feel that the topic is hard? Anyone over here who would like to explain why the topic seems to be hard for you? Difficult? Hey, okay, is using templates a good idea, Chirag? I wouldn't suggest that you should use templates because templates are memorized statements and examiners are all experts to identify which statements are memorized and which are written on your own. Okay, so you have your exam tomorrow. Jai Sukh. Okay, Shravan, good evening. Tomorrow. So all the best, guys. Break a leg. When you cannot generate ideas, I know. And when can you not generate ideas? When you are not aware of the situation. So basically it is a lack of awareness on your end. And how do you overcome lack of awareness? How do you overcome lack of awareness? When you don't write more than 100 essay, Thakkar, Dhruvil, in that case, if you have written 100 essay, then trust me, I can bet that you will not, you have not improved. Nobody needs to write 100 essays. First of all, nobody needs to write 100 essays. It is not by practicing or not by losing patience, right? It is all about awareness, and awareness comes by being aware of things around you. So what is going on right now? What is the problem with the students? What problem students face? What problem people who migrate they face? What are the prevalent situations in your country? What are the prevalent situations in countries abroad, right? So you need to be aware so that you can generate ideas. And basically something, because recently I had been reading a lot of essays and I've come across a few points which I would definitely like to discuss. And fluent, but when it comes to speaking, I cannot speak thoroughly. Then you missed my yesterday's class, Kavisha. Okay, so when I was going through a lot of essays recently, I came across something which I'm going to discuss in today's class as well, right? So formally and officially welcoming you once again to the session where we are going to learn few basic things that can help you improve your writing from 6 bands to 8 bands. Okay, so this is Manisha Angre. I hope you all know my name. How many of you are joining for the first time? To all those who are joining for the first time, this is Manisha Angre from LeapScholar. And today's session is all about writing. But before we start the session, we are going to share a link with you in the chat box, in your comment section. If you want to take any course at LeapScholar for free, all those who are beginners and new joiners here, if it is on YouTube, it is right now live on YouTube, Aritra. You can join through YouTube also. So here you will have to, okay, for that I'll tell you that do subscribe to our channel. So Aritra, we are sharing a link with you from where you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and get notification of all the sessions we do daily. So you can be notified, and you would not miss on to any sessions. You can also save them for later viewing, right? You can download, you can save them for later viewing as well. Okay. Right, subscribe to the channel. That's what I wanted to say. And all those who are here for the first time, if you have not taken a single course at LeapScholar, you can take it for free. You can take it for free. It could be a plus course or a foundation course. So plus courses and foundation courses are available for free at LeapScholar. And for that, you can just click on the link given to you. It will direct you to our web page where you will be able to answer a few questions and attend or register for a course for free. Okay. Yes. So please click on the link, go to the question, go to the web page, answer a few questions, and there you are. You can enroll for a course for free, to a course for free. Yes. And you will find a lot of pages like this, lot of courses like this, a lot of courses like this. And you can find, if you want, you can find my course over here. It is available here. So you can see my course. There's a premium batch coming, and there's a plus batch starting 5:30 to 6:30 from 28th of February. So these are the two courses available of mine. There are many other batches as well, which you can join. ठीक है, हाँ, yes, absolutely, Rohit, got it, you got it. If it is, that has to be there, right? That's true. So you already nailed it. Wonderful, great. So you have good intellect. You can find someone else's number too, Bhautik. Okay. So before we start, you are really intelligent, Rohit, and I like you for that. We need people like you. So a few questions. Let's answer the few questions that we have. I'm going to quickly answer, and it's a rapid fire round. So you will answer them very quickly in your chat box. The first question is, how much time do you have to complete writing module? What is the time given to you to complete the writing module? Come on, write quickly. It's the fastest fingers first. Okay, 60 what? Is it 60 days, 60 hours, 60 what? So don't write 60 and 30. Whatever it is, write along with it. Write the unit that goes along with it. Okay, how much time do you get to complete? Is 60 minutes. Yes, absolutely. You get 60 minutes or 1 hour to complete the writing module. Got it? So you are correct over here, 60 minutes, or you can say 1 hour. How many tasks do you have to write? How many tasks do you have to write? Absolutely, you have to write 2 tasks. There are 2 tasks to be completed within the 2 minutes allotted to you. How much time do you have for task 1? It is fastest fingers first. How much time do you have for task 1? Come on. How much time do you have for task 1? Only 20 minutes for task 1. Absolutely. So what is the remaining time given to? The remaining time is given to task 2. And what is the remaining time given? It is the 40 minutes available to you. Wonderful. Cool. Now, how many words do you have to write task 1? How many number of words do you have to write in task 1? How many words do you have to write? Absolutely. Minimum. I'm going to write minimum. I'm going to write minimum 150 words. You have to write minimum 150 words. And then how many words do you have to write in task 2? Minimum, yes, it is minimum 250 words. We have minimum 250 words. Absolutely correct. And yes, are general and academic writing task 1 common? Are they common? Absolutely no, they are not common. They are not common. They are different. What is given to you in writing task 1 for academics? All students who are here for academic, what are you going to see in task 1? Reports. Absolutely, reports, right? And how? What do you have for general task 1? What do you have for general task 1? Letter. Absolutely fine. Fantastic. So next question. What are the parameters, or how is your writing task evaluated? Next question, which you should all be aware of. How is your writing task evaluated? Bar graphs comes under which task? Oh yes, bar graphs comes under which task? It comes under task 1. 4 parameters. What are the 4 parameters? Fluency. Alfie. Is fluency a part of? Is fluency a part of task 1? Of task, writing task? Is fluency a part of task, writing task? No, not at all. You are not tested on fluency at all. You are tested on factors like task response or task achievement. Very good, wonderful. Second, what else are you tested on? You are tested on coherence and cohesion. Third, you are tested on your lexical resource. And lastly, I hope today everyone's going to write the correct spelling of grammar. Correct spelling of grammar, grammatical range and accuracy. So you are tested on task response, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy. And each has a weightage of 25%. How much? Each has a weightage of 25%. Wonderful, right? So 1/4, you have to pay attention to all the 4 details. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up a few things that can help you improve and enhance your writing, right? So those a few things that we are going to work on today's checklist is we are going to understand and identify what you should ask yourself. If I got 6 bands in my last exam, I need at least 6.5. What should I do? Vikramjit, you should attend the classes. We also have a premium batch starting. So you can also join the premium batch where there would be limited students. So you'll get more personalized attention. Not for all modules, Tanuj, for all the parameters. 25% is the weightage for all the parameters, right? So is the question correctly addressed? Now there's a question given to you, but if you do not address the question, if you do not respond to what the question is, it is not a correct task response and hence you would be marked incorrectly over here, right? So it is important for you to address the question correctly. And I'm going to show you a few responses which students have written, and that can help you identify whether you also write the same or you do not write. If you write the same, we are going to understand how to correct it, right? Second, is the vocabulary apt? Is the vocabulary written by the student, or whatever the statements have been given, are they all correct? Is the student using the correct vocabulary over here, and so on? Then we are going to identify, are the ideas relevant? So again, maybe they have addressed the question, but the ideas that they have input, they are not relevant to the question being asked. So sometimes people, they use a word and then they believe that whatever they have said further is relevant to the topic. Just by adding one word, it may not become relevant to it. Next, you have to check, is grammar correct? Is grammar correct means your articles, your prepositions, your conjunctions, your subject verb agreement, all of this should be at place. And along with that, your punctuations should be correct as well. You should have placed your comma properly. There should be proper full stops and so on. And lastly, are the sentences correct? Sentences correct. You are not leaving your sentences incomplete. They are grammatically correct. You are forming complex sentences, but the complex sentences are not making sense, right? So we are going to work on these few factors today, which will help you in furthering your answer and also furthering your bands too. Okay, so let's move ahead. Are we ready? Are we all ready? If you're ready, type ready in the chat box. Are we ready to work on few questions? If you're ready, type ready in the chat box. Let me see. Dhirendra Badal, if you are from Nepal, welcome to India's LeapScholar platform for speaking. For preparing for IELTS examination. Wonderful. Okay, chalo, let's move. Now I have a question for you. I want you all to take a few seconds and peruse the question properly. Okay? It says, is the question correctly addressed? We are going to see whether the student's response that we have with us today is correctly addressing the questions. So yes, please read the statement very carefully. It says, as the world becomes technologically advanced, okay, the world becomes technologically advanced, computers are replacing more and more jobs. Do we agree? World is becoming technologically advanced. Computers are replacing more and more jobs. And the moment a person sees technology, then they'll start writing anything based on technology. Here, the question is pretty specific. Let's identify our keywords. The question is pretty specific that computers are replacing. What are they replacing? Jobs, more and more jobs. So many jobs have been taken up by computers. That's just a question. That's a statement. Now you have to, what is your task? This is the prompt. What do I call it? I'll call it a prompt. So this is a situation or the prompt. This is the prompt given to you. What are you supposed to do? You are supposed to write on a question. So what is our question? The question is coming here. So I'm going to write this as question. What is the question? You have to describe. What do you have to describe? Some jobs, positions that may be lost because of computers, and you have to write about the jobs that may be lost because of computers. And you also have to discuss at least one problem that may result, right? So you have to discuss the problem. That is the task that you have to do. Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples from your knowledge or experience. Now I'm going to share a response. I want you all to take a minute and examine that response and tell, then we are going to discuss what's wrong with that or what's good about it. And here is what a student has written as an introduction. Okay, this is what the student has written as an introduction. I want you all to read it carefully. With the advent of new advanced technologies are developing day by day and taking the place of humans, first human being used to, there are savri, there are grammatical errors. But today's general computers do not need to work on anyone help. Okay. No, we are talking about jobs. So is online shopping a job, Kavisha? Right. The answer is not provided. Data keeper. Right. Now, here the question we know. The question is describe some job positions. So we are all aware that you need to paraphrase the question. Has the question been aptly paraphrased? Let's identify whether it has been paraphrased. It says with the advent of new advanced technologies. Agreed. We are talking about technology being advanced. So this says with the advent of new technologies advanced. I believe, what do you say? Is this correct? Do you think that the students until technologies has paraphrased it properly? Yes, Ekta, you are correct. Right? Yes, until technologies, it has been paraphrased from here to here. It has been paraphrased properly. Right? So I'm going to put a tick mark over here. So correct. Let's move further and see. More and more jobs are being replaced with computers in the form of automation. Is this part also correct? Is this a paraphrasing of what is given to us in the question? Yes, is this what it is saying? Computers are replacing more and more jobs. More and more jobs are being replaced with computers in the form of automation. Correct. It has been, active, passive. I believe it has been correct. But more and more jobs could have been changed. The student could have changed more and more jobs. What could you write instead of more and more jobs? What could you write instead of more and more jobs? Many jobs, plenty of jobs, opportunities, job opportunities. Yes, absolutely. Very good. Certain number of jobs. Yes, no access and no plethora. This word does not require you to write access and plethora. If you have written access, if you have written plethora, this is not the context of writing plethora and access. We are just saying there are quite a many jobs. So you may say many jobs, majority of a jobs, plenty of jobs, a number of jobs. These would be correct. Now, this is a thesis statement that the student has written. This has its two sides, thus contributing both positively and negatively to the people in the society and the society itself. Now, do you think this is addressing what the question is? No, that would be correct, Anuja. Is this statement addressing what is given to us? Now, this is how a student has actually written. Okay, so this does not make sense, right? It is not making sense to the point that some jobs have lost because the student has not addressed that. Okay, even if that is not addressed, you have to discuss at least one problem. We are not talking about the problem here. It says positively and negatively, and it is talking about people in the society. And there is again one more word which I would not suggest you all to use, is the word does. Many students use words like does and therefore in the writing. Okay, in the introduction. So is it fine to write does and therefore in the introduction? Is it fine to write does and therefore in the introduction? But ma'am, everything has two sides. So no, you have to go by the question. You cannot go by what everything and what comes to your mind. Kavisha, you have to address the question. That is a problem. The major problem is that you are not addressing the question. Nowadays, machines, it sounds like a conclusion. Can we have thus in the introduction? Absolutely not. You cannot have a thus in the introduction because that's not a part of an introductory statement. Got it? Are we together? It should be written in body paragraph or else in the conclusion. Absolutely, guys. You're all identifying and doing it so good. I'm going to give you one more example. Let's see. Read this one. No hardamam, dhimam, not two. You only need one body paragraph for writing the jobs. It has to be. Okay. It says, as we move towards a progressive technologically able society, we as individuals are digressing away from humanitarianism. What is good about this statement? Is it properly paraphrased? Is the vocabulary apt over here? Now, I know this is a part of our next slide, but I'm going to still use it over here. I'm going to talk about over here. Can you tell me humanitarianism? Is this a part of the topic? Are we talking about being more humane? Are we talking about this? It seems to be right. You know, first go, you may think that it is right. Progressively advanced technology, individuals are. So from here to here, I know that it is correct. From here to here, I can agree that it is fine. From here to here, it is fine. But this part is absolutely not fine. This part is absolutely not fine because it is not talking about computers. It is not talking about computers replacing the jobs. Yes, it is a problem and solution essay. Yes, correct. But it is, are you supposed to give solutions? You know, that may result. You are not addressing the solution here. You only have to address this problem over here. Although computers have assisted in bringing about advancement in technological revolution, the damage posed by it cannot be negative, especially computers being an alternative to humans in workspaces. Now, this here is making sense, and here I would say that it is correct, aptly. This essay discusses the dearth of jobs caused by computers. Now, look at this thesis statement. Is it correct? This essay discusses the dearth of jobs caused by computers and the serious repercussions it can have in our society. Is this correct? Absolutely. It is addressing the task, right? Dearth means scarcity of jobs. This is now addressing the task. Yes. So there is one error with this, that this part was unnecessarily mentioned. This is talking about humanitarianism and all, which is not correct. But rest of it is correct. So did you understand what goes wrong with the thesis statement? What goes wrong with how you address a problem? For example, somebody here in the class mentioned that, ma'am, but everything has two sides. Everything does have two sides. But according to the question given to us, are we supposed to address both the sides? The question is not asking us that. That means if you still address that you are talking about the positivity and the negativity of the topic, in that case, you are not addressing. You have not understood the question and you have not understood and you are not addressing it correctly and you will lose your scores in task response. Got it? Are we together? Did you understand what I meant to say by understanding what has been addressed, or whether you are discussing the question here? Right. So if understood, right, understood in the chat box, and I'll move to the next slide. Yes, understood. Perfect, right? Getting it? Yes, very well, very well, very well, very well. Cool, wonderful. You're all fantastic people over here. Okay, now you have to find whether the ideas are relevant or not. Okay, the ideas are relevant or not. And here I have a question that says, nowadays, many people travel to foreign countries for pleasure. Some people, they travel, some people believe this travel has a negative impact on the country's travel to. So whichever country that you're going to, that country is going to have some negative impact. So travel has become very common, right? People go travel for pleasure, because of which there is going to be a negative impact on, or there is going to be a negative impact on the countries that you're traveling to. So to what extent do you agree or disagree? What kind of an essay is this? What kind of an essay is this? It is an opinion essay. It is asking your opinion. Since the modern era technologies, yes, it is an opinion essay. Especially the computers and these machines are now taking the place of manual work at various jobs, which are taking also decreasing with the time. Okay, both good, but still your thesis statement is missing. You need to write a clear thesis statement again here. No, it is an opinion essay. Now let's find out what is given to us further. So this is the response from a student. Are the ideas relevant? Let's find out whether the ideas are relevant to the topic or not. Tourists who visit other countries spends a lot of in their journey. While spending more on their tour, they give livelihood to people who only depend on the tourism and tourists. In that aspect, this in favor of that tourism brings more financial benefits to the visited country. We can clearly see that COVID-19 already hit the tourism and many employees already lost their jobs in tourism industry. So one can clearly look at that aspect, that how much tourism is beneficial to financial health of many countries. In opinion type of essay, if I agree, then at last, yeah, in somewhere, can I state negative things too? No, Kavisha, you should not be doing that. Right. Now, is this paragraph relevant? Tell me, is this paragraph relevant? To some extent, yes, yes. Correct. Got it. Yes, to some extent, it is relevant. It's talking to some extent, it is relevant. Tourists who visit other countries spend a lot in their journey. Correct. This is fine. Spend a lot in their journey. By spending money in their tour, they give livelihood to people who only depend on the tourism and tourists. Very well. Don't agree that this is not fine for the country due to travel people, due to tourists coming to country. Yes, Bushra, I agree. In that aspect, this is in favor that tourism brings more financial benefits to the visited country. I agree. Even this is addressed. We can clearly see that COVID-19 hit the tourism. I believe that this is relevant. Do you agree? This is relevant. This is relevant. So what is wrong and what is not good about this? You can have a negative opinion as well. Absolutely, why not? You can say that it is not beneficial because it's an opinion essay. Here the opinion is that of course it helps in the financial, it boosts the financial health of many countries, but then there are certain other aspects of this paragraph which are not correct, right? Which are not correct. So what are they? What is your observation on this paragraph? Where is the student not going to get? He'll get marks for relevancy, but where is he not going to get marks over here? Grammar, absolutely. Vocabulary repeated. Sentence constructions not so great. Correct? Disagree with the minimal belief cause tourism plays, Mohammed Hazibul, it has to be plays a vital role in the financial situation of the country visited. It also glorifies the country's image. Glorifies, not glorify, image. So Hazibul, again, yes, wordiness, Pallavi, correct. It is Pallavi. Okay, fantastic. So tourists who visit other countries spend a lot in their journey. It is financially due to tourism, but can get disorders like COVID-19. Bushra, absolutely agreed. By spending money on their tour, they give livelihood to people who only depend on tourism and tourists. I like this statement. This statement is good enough, fair enough. Going further in that aspect. So what is that aspect? Not There's no clarity in what aspect. So are we talking about giving livelihood to the people? That's not very clear. This is in favor. In that aspect, this is in favor. So these are ambiguous statement. If you can see there is ambiguity in the statement. There has to be more clarity into how these sentences have to be framed. Of that tourism. Now again, that aspect, this favor and that tourism. Can you see that? That aspect, this favor, that tourism. Does it really make it a good sentence? Brings more financial benefits to the visited country. We can clearly see. You don't need to write we can clearly see. This is not during COVID. So this statements again need rephrasing. Already COVID-19 has not already hit the tourism industry, and many employees already lost. Now already hit, already lost. Can you see? Already hit, already lost their jobs in tourism industry. So one can clearly look, not a great way, right? That aspect, that how much tourism is beneficial. So what is bad with this paragraph? It is the construction of the sentences, ambiguity in the form of, so many people, they also use these terms. particular situation, in a particular place, in a particular country, in a particular house, in a particular city. Not good phrases. Please avoid all of these phrases if you really want to write good. You should use this and that, but they should not be like four that's and four this in a sentence. You need to be very sure what is it referring to. If it is not correctly referring to the word that you are discussing, it's meaningless. Okay. You don't even need already Kavisha. So there is no substitute for every word. You have to decide whether you need the word or you don't need the word. You don't just add things and make it redundant. Okay, let's look into another statement style. Is it grammatically correct? Now let's find out. One answer we have already seen, which is not so grammatically correct. Let's see this one. Let's see this one. Small shops will be found in every corner of countryside, but large malls are limited to some big cities. In the small shops, we find our daily uses materials, whereas in malls, we get only limited brands. For example, in a small clothing shop, we get the most of the brand jeans. As in malls have different brands, have different outlets. You cannot get a choice among the brands in one place. What do you say? Manju, you don't need that and this every time. You have to be mindful in what are you referring to. Full of errors, absolutely full of errors, full of sentence errors, short statements having no relevance. There is no connection between the sentences. There is no cohesion between the sentences, right? Lot of errors. Yes, Bautik, absolutely, lot of errors. So how would you, can you give one or two suggestions on improving any two sentences that you find could be better expressed? Missing articles, no connectors, yes, paragraph beginning with sentence beginning with phrases like but over here, so it's but over here, but large malls are limited to some big cities. What does it mean? This does this sentence make any sense? No. Linking words should have been added. Can we add a few linking words over here? Come on, let's improve this. How will we write this one? Let's improve this one. Small shops will be found in every corner of countryside. Okay, we are discussing between shops and shops in the cities and shops in the small towns. So here I would say, I would start the paragraph with something like to begin with. I'll write with to begin with. I'll start with something like, I'm going to write everything in capitals in order to avoid any kind of a discrepancy. To begin with, comma, to begin with, small shops will be found. Now, do you think? No, Ritika, I do not prefer the phrase to embark upon. Not good at all. However, malls are exclusive to the cities. Okay. Now, I'm also going to remove one more phrase. Will be found. Is this a correct tense? Yes, small shops are found. Okay, I'm going to erase this part. I'm going to say small shops are found. So I'm going to write small shops are found in every corner of countryside, but instead of a full stop, there should have been a comma. So I'm going to draw a comma over here. But large malls are limited. Can you see the spelling of limited is also not correct? Limited. So we will change the spelling of limited as well. Are limited to some big cities or some large cities. Large malls are limited to small cities. Now, this makes a proper sentence, isn't it? Further, what will you do? Further, what will you do? In the small shops. Now, this small shop words again repeating. Can we change? In the small shops, we find our daily uses material, whereas in to elaborate. Okay. Now, what does this sentence have to do with the previous sentence? Does this sentence have anything to do with the previous sentence? Nothing, right? So what can be done? In the small shops, we find our daily use, whereas in malls, we get right. Hence, I believe I can say that how to improve grammar by attending grammar classes. We get essential things which we want. Okay. So small shops, or I would say Smaller shops, small shops. I don't think they are smaller shop. Use a linking word. Yes, let's use a linking word here. What linking word would you like to use? What makes sense over here? Come on. Local shops. Yes, we are talking about ones that are found in the countryside. Local market. I think the should also be removed. Where is the should? In the small shops, we find our daily use article, or I would say to elaborate. I may use the terms like to elaborate, or maybe hence. Hence, in small shops, we can find, I think we need the word we can find our daily uses materials. Daily uses materials doesn't sound good. Let's move it to, we can find items of daily use, or you may say essentials. We may say essentials. But large malls are okay. Whereas, so this whereas is also not correct. Yes, this whereas is also not correct. What will you write instead of whereas? We will write a complete word. Whereas. Whereas in malls, we get only limited brands. Limited brands, we get a wide variety of brands. Now, isn't that contradicting from what has been already said? We get limited brands? No. We can, how would we write? We can, I'm just simplifying it. We can buy products from products of a wide variety of brands. Okay, yes, Sakshi, absolutely. For example, now why for example is coming in over here. Let's see. For example, in a small clothing shop, we get the most of the brand jeans. Now, is this an example? Another major problem with student writing is they write an example, believing it's an example. Is this an example even? Tell me, is this an example? Will you call it an example? 80% of the students write like this. 80% of the students, they write like this. They write, for example, and there is nothing like an example in the sentence. So this is absolutely not correct. What would you give as an example? For example, can you think of a mall in your own city where you can go and buy all the brands? And can you then also think of a small town shop where you can discuss where you can discuss about what you buy from a small town shop? Yes, something that is in your knowledge, something that you are aware of, right? So this is absolutely not correct. For examples, in malls we get branded products like Zara, H&M, etc. Yes, Alisha, even that would be correct. But would mentioning the name be appropriate? Why not, Bhadra? You have to mention the name. If you don't mention, how does it become a specific example without mentioning the name? Yes, Sakshi, you can. Right, now there is one more statement here. According to me, all the negative thoughts are barely happened. Can you see this statement? Are barely happened. Yes, Akash, that would be a better way of framing a sentence, right? One can barely. So according to me, all the negative thoughts are barely happened. No, all the negative thoughts are barely happened. This doesn't make sense. So basically grammar is all flawed. In small shops, we can find clothing of local brands, whereas in malls, we can find clothing from Zara, H&M, Pantaloons. Wonderful, Alfie. Now that makes sense. Okay, so when you're writing, please everyone, this is one thing that you have to make sure that your grammar is apt, your your sentences are properly and well connected. They have some reasoning, some logic, and again, according to me, all the negative thoughts are okay. And again, one thing that your example should be relevant to the topic that we are discussing over here. Cool, clear? Any confusion? For example, in malls, I got variety, and from that I can buy which I like. And from that I can buy which I like. Kavisha, little could be improved, but okay. Don't start your sentence with but in local shops. You can use another connector rather than using but. Okay, cool. Let's move. Can is an informal word, right? Can is an informal word. No, can is not an informal word. Can is talking about an ability. So it depends upon where you are using it. According to me, there are not many negative aspects. Okay. Yes, Alisha, that would be correct. Can we write complete paragraph in capitals? Yes, Ashwita, you can. Okay. Now, quickly, I want you all to have a look at this particular response. It's a complete response for a topic that I'm giving you. I want you all to look into it and tell me what is it that you find good about it and what is it you find is not correct out of the factors that we have discussed today. No, Fatima, we should not be using all those personal pronouns in your writing. Absolutely. Yes, Raj Shekhar, please do ask. No mass. We say one can purchase. Okay, fine. Punctuation is lacking. Okay, punctuation is lacking. There should have been full stop at various places which are not given. Can I use we in writing task? Niyati, I would not suggest you to use foreign instead of distinct. Okay. Everyone likes to visit distinct nations as a, yeah, it's not distinct nation. So there is an incorrect use of vocabulary, distinct nations. This is not a correct vocabulary. Absolutely. What else? As a leisure trip, so there should have been a comma over here, which is not mentioned. So they will be free. This tense is not correct. They will be free from all routine jobs and stressful life. In my point of view, we should take a break from daily patterns and admire a different place with varied emotion. There should have been a full stop over here. Okay, fine. There is something given. Traveling to another territory for a short period means giving all perplexes aside. Giving all perplexes aside. The student has used vocabulary which is not meaningful over here. There is no connector to begin the paragraph with. For instance, if one is visiting London, for instance is mentioned, and then there's a hypothetical situation. Can you see this hypothetical situation over here? Can we have a hypothetical situation as an example? Yes, please go ahead. Right? Getting rid of all the stress, inhibitions. If one is visiting London along with family or friends for fun, then he will take leave from job and thus get more time to enjoy with dear ones. Also improves the tourism sector and upsurge income of the country. Now, I am absolutely stumped. I don't know what to say over here because the entire task is not correct. And the example is not correct. The hypothetical situation is used as an example, all not correct. So entire paragraph is not clear, right? Yes, he, she is also not the correct pronoun that we require over here. Fine. Next. Now, when you're saying one, you do not use he or she, we use one. Next paragraph. It begins with whereas. What about this paragraph? Come on, let's think of this paragraph. Lots of Bautik, yes. Lots of mistake. Usually, even in 6 bands, you will find. Yes, Rajshekhar, that's correct. Whereas some proportion thinks. What is proportion? Contrasting the view. Some proportion thinks more visitors from foreign countries will only ruin the essence of their place. It's like khichdi. Akash is saying it's simply khichdi. Yes, right? A lot of natural habitats are endangered. Come on, see, look at the word are over here. As if you are messaging someone on WhatsApp. Right? Endangered due to lot of natural habitats are endangered due to widespread tourism programs. Okay. Travelers dump, yes, we have discussed this in the previous slide. I'll share it once again with you. Travelers dump waste materials in public areas and lack of proper knowledge of public resources lead to enormous damage to them and ecosystem. I think no relevance, nothing. There is no discussion. There is no explanation. There is lack of explanation. Everything is haywire. And these are all the reasons that can put your, that will not allow you to write for a higher band. According to me, then we have also come across this statement. According to me, all the negative thoughts have barely happened. I approve the fact that whenever possible, we should engage in excursion trips that soothes body and mind. Okay. So this is an example taken from one of the writings that we received, and I'm just sharing that how students go wrong. Like the, is, are, where, and so on would be used repeatedly, correct? So that is that, Rajshekhar, that will be used because that's the part. So you can also think of various sentence structures. That is a part of grammatical range and accuracy. So how well you are able to showcase your range of. Absolutely, Mansi. There are so many errors over here. If I want to check my essays, where can I share? Niyati, you have to join a batch. If you want to get your essays checked, you have to join a batch. Which batch you will join? You can join any of the batches for free or for paid. If you just click on the link that we are sharing with you all over here. Canada student will accept with TOEFL or not? That you have to ask a counselor. Okay, that you have to ask a counselor. So here I'm sharing a link with you all. We are sharing a link with you all in the chat box. Through the link, you can avail a free course as well as a paid course, whichever course you would want to join. A free course is available if you while answering all the questions in the quiz. Otherwise, you can take a paid course as well. There are many other paid courses available. But if you want a discount on the paid courses available, you can type MA Live 20. You can type this code MA Live 20 in order to avail a discount of 20% on this. Okay, MA Live 20. Samya, can we share the link with everyone here in the chat box? So guys, to join a free course, we have various courses at LeapScholar. One of the courses, where do I get the SS evaluated? It's a free or paid course. Robuel, if you are going to join with the help of the link that we are sharing with in the chat box, it can be a free course. We have a beginner's course as well, which is a foundation course. Soumya, we are sharing the link with you all in the chat box. Please connect, guys, with the link. All people out there on YouTube, please do like the session if you liked it, and please subscribe to the channel as well. You will get the notification for every session that we are doing on YouTube. My 4-week course, can I still get my writings checked? Bhagesh, connect with your connect with your educator. They will let you know. I've gone through your videos and there. Thank you, Akash, and I'm really glad that you are enjoying them. So do not forget to click on the like button for this session as well. Okay. And yes, there is a full course, free course, crash course, full plus course that is starting from 28th of February. Timing 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. It is going to be a live course, 4-week course where you will get writing evaluations, you will get one-on-one speaking evaluations. There would be live classes where we'll be teaching you the strategies based on the question types. So it would be a dedicated class to every topic of listening, every topic of reading, every topic of writing and speaking as well. So there would be dedicated sessions which are planned sessions. You'll also avail recording of all the live classes if you miss any of these classes. And of course, there would be weekly mock test and ample of study material. We have an exhaustive study material which you can avail by joining one of the classes. Bartek, you need to join one of the classes where we'll share everything. I've already joined the plus course. Pranaya, very well. I'm going to see you there in the class. How to enroll, ma'am? What is the difference between plus and a premium batch? Yes, absolutely, Mayur. I would like to explain that. What is the difference between a plus batch and the premium batch? As you can see over here, the plus batch can be joined free, but a premium batch cannot be joined free. You can see that the fee of premium batch is 4999. However, you can still avail a discount of 20% if you use the code MA Live 20. Now, the major difference over here is that these are going to be very short batches, and you're going to there would be a lot of progress tracking happening throughout the course. There would be more one-to-one sessions in the premium batches. There would be 30 hours of classes. So the classes are going to be longer than the plus classes. And again, as I said, because the number of students are limited, there is going to be a lot of personalized, of course, personal one-on-one discussion on topics and questions and speaking and everything. How can I enroll for the crash course? Neeraj, we have shared a link in your chat box. Please check on the link and then you can enroll for the crash course, right? So you can avail this course by using the code MALife20. Okay, it is MALife20. MALife20 without any without any gap. Yes, Aritra, it is without any gap. How can you prepare for your exam in 15 days? Deepika, you can join our batches for free. You will get the entire plan, plus you will get a fast track course along with our batches. Through the batches, there is no link for your crash course in particular. Yes, it will land you to all the batches. Just find my batch over there. Just find my batch. You will have to scroll through and find my batch, Aritra. It is there. You will have to scroll through and find my batch. So you can watch the fast track courses and prepare even in 15 days. So we have had students who have binge watched the courses and they prepared in 2 days and 3 days and 4 days as well. So you can prepare by binge watching it for the next 15 days. So just enroll for free. My first class. Namrata, wonderful. I would like to see further in my classes as well. Thank you. Okay, right? So it was a great time being with you all together. How many of you are joining? Let me know how many of you are joining the courses. And then we have many more courses over here from different educators. We have a batch with Prabjeet sir, Mohammed sir. We have with Diksha Kapoor. We have with Preeti ma'am. We have with Namita ma'am. You can join any of the batch timing that is suitable to you. Mansi is joining. Badra is joining. How to prepare in 2 weeks. Haya, join one of the batches and we'll tell you how to prepare for it. You can prepare for you can join any of the batches for free. So guys, seeing you all in the class, do let me know. Please raise your hands for those who are joining the classes. How many of you are joining the class? How many of you I'm going to see on Monday, 28th? Yes, Sankirtana, I do remember your name. Third March speaking on 2nd. Thank you. Wonderful, Sankirtana. And break a leg. I know you are all very confident and we have done the best, right? How to enroll for a 2-week class. Right now, the 2-week class also will be available there. Just click on the link, Falgun, and you will find the 2-week class as well. Aritra, okay, Aritra, drop me a message on Telegram. I'll help you out over there. Okay, cool. So thank you all so much for being here, and you all have been wonderful, participative, and I really loved your energy. Seeing you all soon in the class. Till then, take care. Have a great time. Enjoy your weekend and keep practicing and keep learning. How to connect with the faculty? You can find the faculties on the LeapScholar channel. If you are not on the Telegram, LeapScholar Telegram, please join the LeapScholar Telegram. The Telegram name is IELTS Prep by LeapScholar. If you join there, you will find the educators also there. You can connect with the educators through Telegram. My ID is @Manisha_Angre. Sample on Telegram. No, Bhadra, if you are a student, you will avail a portal through which we will be evaluating your writings. Thank you all. Please share, please like the session, subscribe to the channel for more notifications and more such sessions. Thank you. See you all. It says no seat to book. No seat to book in which batch, Neeraj? Drop me a message on Telegram. Let's see what's happening. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you everyone. See you all. Take care. Bye-bye. Find me on Telegram. My name is Manisha Angre.